This year, we also remember the loss of the world's most famous Holocaust survivor, Elie Wiesel, Zichrono Livracha, Nobel Prize winner and conscience of the world. Elie Wiesel participated in the first March of the Living in 1988 and several times after that. He dedicated his life to telling the story of the Holocaust. And indeed, the transmission of memory from survivors to students that happens on every March of the Living is a most fitting tribute to Elie Wiesel's life work. Indeed, as Elie Wiesel reminds us, you, our young people, are our future. Indeed, we are all witnesses. I would now like to invite to the stage Rabbi Israel Meir. Rabbi Lau was the chief rabbi of Tel Aviv-Yafo, the former chief rabbi of the State of Israel, chairman of the Yad Vashem Council, and a child survivor of the Holocaust. He was liberated by American troops in April of 1945. He was 8 years old at the time. Rabbi Lau has participated in every March of the Living program since its inception in 1988. Rabbi Lau, b'vakasha.
ארוממך אדוני כי דילתני ולא שימחת אויבי לי. אדוני אלוהי שיבעתי אליך ותרפאני. חייתני מיורדי בור. כי חילצת נפשי ממוות, את עיני מן דמעה, את רגלי מדחי. את הלך לפני אדוני בארצות החיים. I want to be very personal with you today. Today is my birthday. According to the Hebrew calendar, General Patton, the American army, broke in the gates of Buchenwald on April 1145, which happened to be, according to the Jewish calendar, the 28th of Nisan, exactly now. Now we came out not from slavery to freedom, like in Exodus, from death to life. Among the survivors of Buchenwald was my brother Naphtali and my friend Elie Wiesel. Let their memory be blessed. 33 years later, on this bunker, the destroyed bunker, happened to be the first March of the Living, an idea by Avraham Hirschel. We came here, Minister of Education and Culture, Yitzhak Navon, 7 members of the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, who were survivors themselves. On that bunker stood the 3 speakers at the first march. Benjamin Netanyahu came from the United Nations as the Israeli ambassador there, Elie Wiesel, and me. There were only 700 participants in the first march. Elie said to me, "This is the end. I don't believe that in years in the future someone will think about Holocaust. No one will remember it. Look, 700 youth, half of them from Israel, half from many other countries, that's all." I was more optimistic, and I see you here. I am here for the 29th time, from the very first March of the Livings. We came here by thousands, 10,000, and sometimes even more, over 10,000. Speaking about continuity, speaking about remembrance, speaking about eternity, speaking about freedom, speaking about independence of the Jewish people in a Jewish state. And this reminds me from Buchenwald, 2 weeks before the liberation, when we were still in the dark tunnel, didn't know that the light is very close. In 2 weeks, one Kaddish, that I must tell you the story of it, in Buchenwald. Shabbat, Saturday before Pesach, 2 weeks, as I said, before the liberation. From my city here in Poland, Piotrków Trybunalski, I came with my brother Naftali and friends of us, Moshe Przygórski and his father Leibel. Leibel died in the barak Shabbat morning, 2 days before Pesach. My brother came to his son Moshe, who was 13. He said, Moshe, your father died now. No grave, no burial, no funeral, no speeches, crematoria. Your father will be only ash. But you have to say the Kaddish that every son says after his father. You have to say it 11 months. I don't speak about 11 months, there is no synagogue or nothing, but at least today, the time of his expected funeral, say the Kaddish. And he left it, went to the work. Moshe cried, said, but I don't know the Kaddish by heart. Can you give me a Siddur, a prayer book? Everyone said to him, don't mention this word. This is not a shtibel, this is not a shul, it's not a synagogue. Here is Buchenwald. No Siddur here. Forget about it. But my father died today. I must say Kaddish after my father. Said, not here, not today. He cried. Someone came to him and said to him, look, Moshe, in the entrance of Buchenwald there is a laundry. All the pajamas, the shirts and the pants taken off from all the dead corpses came to this laundry. There is an old prisoner there, Häftling. When he came here, he was permitted to bring a siddur with him, a prayer book. Go to the laundry, you will see an old man. Tell him about your father and he will give you 5 minutes siddur. Moshe ran to the laundry, told it to the old guy. The old man said to him, are you crazy? Do you want to endanger your life and mine? Here is forbidden. All the Jewish religious services are forbidden. Forget about it. Moshe looked at the Jewish child of 13. After 5.5 years in hell, he put his hand in the pocket of the pajama, took out a piece of bread, black, hard like a stone, 150 grams bread a day for every prisoner, every fat Häftling, and said to the old man, even it's Shabbat today, which is forbidden to fast, you have to eat. I give you my bread. Bring me for 5 minutes a siddur. 5 minutes to say Kaddish after my father. I owe him my respect. Take my bread. The old man couldn't stand it and said to him, what's your name? He said, Moshe. How old are you? I said, bar mitzvah, 13. You are young. You have to grow up. You have to live. I am on the end of my life. I am here already from 1936. I don't need your bread. You need the bread. Take back, eat it, sit on my chair. If someone will ask after me, say, I went to the toilet, in 10 minutes I will be back. 10 minutes later, the old man came. The siddur was with a streak bound to his chest, to his heart. He took it out and said, Moshe, to say Kaddish, this prayer, you need 10 minyan. There is no minyan here, only you and me. So you cannot say Kaddish. Moishe said, I thought about it, but I see the shirts or the pajamas of all the dead prisoners, Yidden, Jews, who were inside of each of these shirts. There will be my crowd. They will be my minyan. I will say the Kaddish after my father. You will answer Amen, and they will be the crowd. Moishe Lepshigorsky died last year. He was a teacher, an educator. He was leading the yeshiva of Bnei Akiva in Bat Yam Cholon near Tel Aviv. He was ready to give up his bread for Kaddish after his father. Last year he passed away. They closed a street in Bnei Brak. I came to hold the funeral speech. They opened the ambulance. Moishe was covered with a talis. And I told this story at the funeral. And I applied to him and said, Moishe, you had to give up your bread for the chance to say Kaddish after your father. Here, your sons stand next to me. We make Kaddish saying without giving up the bread. We are in our homeland. We are in Eretz Israel, in the state of Israel. We can say loudly, Yitgadal v'yitkadash Meir Rabbi, without sacrificing anything, without endangering our lives, without any threat for our life. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Meir Rabbi. These are the words of Jewish eternity, Jewish immortality, Jewish continuity. And the sons say with me Kaddish, after that Moishe. This is the difference between then and now. Here are sitting not only our guests for the first time, the President of the Supreme Court of the State of Israel, the Chief of Staff of Israel, his guest, the Chief of Staff of Poland, and 11 or 12 ministers of education, including the Israeli one. Education is the word. To make sure and to promise our continuity, our future, based on the past. We will come here every year, as we do 29 years already, to remember, to remind, to tell the story, and to take the example of the living legends of the Holocaust. I will finish with the last sentence of the Kaddish. This is our prayer, our wish, and our dream. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, the Lord Almighty, who makes peace in heaven between fire and water. Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. He will bring peace to us. Ve'al kol Yisrael, I may add, ve'al kol ha'olam kulo. Peace for all mankind and all over the world. Ve'nomar, and let us say, Amen.